In our last video, we walked through the System tab, going over the video audio plugins and control panel section. Today, we're still in Preferences, but we're moving on to the General section, Internet Accounts, and Advanced. Our first section is General. At the top, we have a drop-down box for external scripting using Local, Network, or None. This setting controls whether DaVinci Resolve can be driven by scripts or external apps, and from where those connections are allowed. None disables the external control and only allows the built-in console window to run scripts. Local allows scripts apps on the same computer to control Resolve through the scripting API. Network allows scripts apps from other computers over the network or internet to control Resolve. I would suggest you use this only on trusted networks. And then we have a bunch of checkboxes. Let's go over them one by one. The first checkbox is Use 10-bit precision in viewers. This enables 10-bit rendering for Resolve's UI viewers. If your display and OS HDR are enabled, turn this on to see HDR and reduce banding inside of Resolve's viewers. Just keep in mind, non-viewer UI elements aren't affected. So the next three checkboxes are good news for Mac users. For context, before you would see a gamma shift in QuickTime, and that isn't Resolve being wrong. It's actually Mac OS Color Sync interpreting Rec 709 differently. These next settings will make the viewers match QuickTime while keeping a proper Rec 709 scene workflow. Wow. The first step is to add a checkbox to the Use Mac Display Color Profiles for viewers. Then add a checkmark to Viewers Match QuickTime Player when using Rec 709 scene. And for automatic tag Rec 709 scene clips as Rec 709-A, leave that unchecked. Next is Optimize Project Library Cloud Data Traffic. Turn this on if your Blackmagic Cloud project libraries won't connect on a restricted network. It avoids manual port forwarding, but your network must allow blackmagicdesign.com. And then we have Automatically Scan Other Project Libraries for Remote Rendering Jobs. Turn this on if you use multiple connected project libraries and want Resolve to look across all of them for jobs it can send to your remote render node. If you only work from a single library, you can leave this box unchecked. If you do decide to use it, you will need to use remote rendering, which is a studio-only feature. Both machines must see the same media, for example, shared storage or mapped mounts. And the rendered nodes must have those libraries connected to the Blackmagic Cloud, so when you sign in, those cloud libraries appear in the sidebar. And then we have Automatically Check for Updates. This is pretty straightforward. Resolve will ping Blackmagic servers to let you know when a new version is out. I usually keep this on because it's a good reminder so you don't miss out on any bug fixes or new features. The next checkbox is Automatically Opt in for beta program notifications. This one is optional if you like testing cutting-edge versions of Resolve before they're officially released, check it. But for most people, I would recommend leaving it off as betas can be unstable. And then we come to Send Report when application quits unexpectedly. If Resolve crashes, this sends a crash report back to Blackmagic. It helps make them make Resolve better over time. The next checkbox is Limit Presentation Upload Speed to. This caps the bandwidth Resolve uses when uploading to Blackmagic Cloud presentations, so it doesn't hog your internet. A short overview of what Blackmagic Cloud presentations are is an online review space for your timeline exports. It allows you and your team to review your video and have them make comments that flow back into Resolve's timeline as markers. Next is Use Remote Monitoring without Blackmagic Cloud. This works by allowing you to connect by typing a host computer's IP address instead of using a session code. It works great if you manage your own network, but if you'd rather keep it easy, just sign into Blackmagic Cloud and use a session code. If you use the IP method, ask your IT person or set your router, To open up one main port, TCP 16410, plus one extra port for each viewer starting at 16411. Those extra ports are both TCP and UDP and are assigned sequentially per client. Next is use turn server for remote monitoring. A turn server is basically a relay server. If your network won't allow a direct connection, Resolve can route the remote monitoring stream through the turn server so it still works. This is pretty advanced, and for most beginners, you can leave this off unless remote monitoring won't connect. And finally, prevent sleeping while Blackmagic Cloud Sync Enable project is open. This one is simple. If you're working on a cloud project, this prevents your computer from going to sleep while Resolve is open. Our next section is LUT locations. By default, Resolve scans its standard Blackmagic LUT folders. And that's all most people will need. If you download a third-party LUT pack, you can add its folder here, and Resolve will include it in the LUT list. If you don't see them right away, just restart Resolve or refresh the LUT list. Our next section is the Internet accounts. At the top is your Blackmagic Cloud sign-in. Under that, you have accounts like TikTok, YouTube, and more. Signing in here allows Resolve to upload or publish directly from inside the app. My personal recommendation is that you do the following. Render the file to your computer first, then watch the file once and check it for any errors, then upload it to your platform of choice. And our last section is Advanced. This section is basically for special configuration options used in higher-end workflows. Most users will never need to touch anything here, and on many systems it'll look completely blank, and that's perfectly normal. And now that you've played around with these settings, in the top right there's a 3-dot menu with Reset System Preferences. This will reset everything in the System tab back to default settings. In the next video, we'll move on to the User tab in the Preferences menu. Be sure to hit the like button and drop a comment below. And don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.